Hello everyone. Merry Christmas. Today is Christmas Eve, and I know that if you're like me, you have a million things left to finish up and do before all of the festivities begin. It has been super busy, but I have had so much fun this season leading up to today and tomorrow. I just finished the last of my Christmas projects last night at 8 o'clock. How many of you are just like that? I would love to hear in the comment section what you've been working on up until the last minute trying to get it finished for Christmas. Whew, it has been busy. I'm going to show you some pictures of the 2 mystery quilts that I finished up this week. I made 3 altogether, one for each of our kids to give them as part of their Christmas. One of them I finished back when we did the mystery quilt, and the other 2 tops I made the blocks as we went along, but this past week I put them together and quilted them and got the binding finished. And so I'm showing you here some of the pictures as I quilted the quilts, and I had so much fun, and I wasn't rushed. I felt like I could just take my time and be creative with the quilting, and it was a lot of fun. So today I have a little bit of mail to share with you. I have 3 Christmas cards that I want to share with you, and a package from Yvette that we're going to open, and then I'm going to do a flip through of the journal that I shared a picture of in my last video, and I have it all ready to go. And so I thought maybe if you need some de-stressing time, some time to sit down and not think about all the things you have left to do, or just really want to relax, maybe you could stay and flip through this journal. We're not going to take a lot of time, but maybe it'll spark some creative juices as we approach 2019. So let's take a look at these Christmas cards. I was super excited when I opened the post office box. And so I want to share with you the first card that I got. I'm going to put a picture right here of the card. And this is from Donna. And Donna lives in Trinity, Texas. And so thank you so much for taking the time to send me a Christmas card, Miss Donna. I appreciate you following along with me, and I appreciate the friendship. And I'm going to put this with my postcards. I'm sorry, it's really cold in here. I feel like I'm out of breath, but I did not want to turn on the heater because it's so noisy. So I have that turned off, but it's chilly in here. I feel like I'm freezing, and it's not really that cold. We're heading up to Vermont after Christmas where it is cold, so I better get used to this, right? The next card is from Janice, and she is from Australia. So this card came all the way from Australia. I think that is super awesome. Thank you so much for thinking about me. And she says she's looking forward to seeing more videos in the future, and I look forward to spending time with you and creating things together. I'm really looking forward to next year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And this third Christmas card, which the front of this card, I would love to live in this house. Like, this would be a dream house for me. And this is from Leslie, who lives in Irvine, California. I'm probably saying that wrong. She lives in California, and she wrote me a long note that how she's been making a t-shirt quilt, and she's been working on it on and off for years. And that my videos really helped her out with her t-shirt quilt. And let me just tell you that I am so proud of you, Leslie. You know, it takes a lot of courage to cut up your memories, and I get that. I know. And it can be so frustrating, especially when you haven't made one before, figuring out all the steps. And I'm so glad that you did not give up. And I I love how that my quilting story in one of my videos has inspired you. Yes, I almost quit making quilts, and that's how frustrating the t-shirt quilts were for me, and the memory quilts, just dealing with clothing in general and including them in my quilts. And that's what I was doing several years ago when I felt like giving up. And I'm so glad I didn't. And I think that all of the hard work you've put into making that one quilt is going to pay off when you are making your next t-shirt quilt. It says here that you've known your friend for 47 years and you're making her a quilt. Can I just say that I absolutely love that. And if you need any help, I am here to help. And so send me a message on Facebook, or if you don't do Facebook, jump over to Etsy. You can send me messages through there as well. And I'll be glad to walk you through any questions that you have. And I just say keep going. I am so proud of you. Now I have a package from Yvette, and I'm super excited to open this up. She just said that when she saw it, she thought of me, and so she sent it along. Yvette's from Arizona. I'm going to pull you down, and so you can see what's inside this envelope with me. I didn't peek. I just cut it open, and I don't know what's inside. And then we'll do a flip through of this journal. One thing also that I wanted to say, y'all, me with technology, two opposite ways of operating, okay? On my Lisa Quilty Friends Facebook group, I've wondered why I haven't gotten any message requests in about 2 months. It might even be a little bit longer than that. We've stayed at 438 group members. It seems like forever. And I've wondered, like, every day, why is this number staying the same? It can't just be staying the same. Something is going on. Well, this morning I got a message from Renee Burns, and I'm so glad you sent me that message, because it really, like, forced me to look into it. And she said she had sent a request to join that group quite some time ago, and could I please accept her request? And that made me feel so bad, because I would never not accept anyone unless they are just looking to start trouble. You know, there's all those kinds of people out there. And so I immediately jump on to Facebook forum groups and Google searching why I'm not getting notifications to my Facebook group. And there are so many issues with Facebook. I kind of already figured that out for myself, but there are so many people who have the same issue. And so I was digging into how to fix this, how to remedy the problem. And I even sent them a report issue and told them that I'm not receiving requests to join my group. About 5 minutes after that, after still clicking buttons and trying to find something, I noticed that on my group, I was interacting on that group as myself, Lisa Capen. But when I created the group, I created it as Lisa Capen Quilts. And so I had clicked from Lisa Capen Quilts to Lisa Capen. So if I commented on any of your pictures or your post, it would say Lisa Capen and my response or my post, instead of Lisa Capen Quilts. That was the issue. So, like, soon as I clicked from responding as myself to Lisa Capen Quilts, I got over 220 requests. So I just want to say, if you have sent a request to join that group and it's been some time, I am so sorry. I would never not accept your request. I would love for you to join us. I feel terrible. I feel like I'm so sorry. But the good news is, as of today, over 220 of you have been added to the group. And my apologies if you've been wondering, why am I so snobby that I would not include you in the group? And that is totally not the case. I am so glad you're here, and I'll figure out this technology stuff as we go, but I'm glad I did figure that out. I'm glad, Renee, that you sent me that message, because it really made me sit down and figure out what was going on instead of wondering every day why no one has asked to join and we've stayed at the same number. So I've thought that that was weird, and it really got me in there and digging around. So welcome to the group, and we are so glad you're here. And it's such a great group of people who are creative, who love to share their work, share their ideas, and help if you have questions. And yeah, I love that community, and we're so glad you're here. All right, I'm going to flip you down, and we're going to see what Miss Yvette has sent, and then we're going to take a look through this journal. This journal, again, if you didn't catch the last video, my sister in Vermont has a friend who is going through a pretty rough patch and really could use some encouragement. And so she called me up a couple weeks ago and asked if I could make a journal for her, just to give her some encouragement and show her some love. And she told me a little bit about her personality, and I think this is really something that fits her personality. And so I'm excited about this. So let's flip you down, and all right, here we are with your package, Miss Yvette. And if my hands are shaking, it's because my little fingers are like ice cubes. This is so cold in here, and I don't usually work out here without the heat or the air conditioner. So that's how much I love you, that I'm willing to freeze my little fingers and my toes off. But if you see any shaking, that's why it's cold in here. Let's take a look and see what is in this envelope. Oh my goodness. You are so right, Yvette. I absolutely love this. Oh, ooh. There's a little note. Hold on a second. I'm going to let you look at this while I read the note. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what she says. Thank you for your kindness and for sharing your talent with us. You have inspired us to go beyond our comfort zone. That is my goal, Yvette, is that I push you beyond where you're comfortable and you try something new. Aw. I'm going to read this for just a second. Ooh. You know what? I appreciate you. I love you so much. Isn't that crazy that friends that you meet through communities like this, you might not ever meet in person, but you still love them like you've known them since a child, like you grew up together? That's so crazy. Thank you. She said that she made these tags, and I'm assuming you made this envelope too. Wow. Let's see. Is this going to show up? Let's do that. Look at that. Little Christmas ball. Some swan tags. Aww. That reminds me of the mug rug that we just made. Wow, you've been busy. Not only with this, I've seen all of the quilts that you've made and posted pictures of. Wow. I'm going to have so much fun putting these into my journal. I will probably share them with other people so that I'm not hoarding all of this goodness for myself. I love those. What a great job. Thank you so much. Let's take a look close at this fabric. Faithfulness, gentleness, kindness, patience, love, joy, peace. Aww. and it has the Bible verses on it. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I have a million ideas already going through my head. Aw, thank you so much, Yvette. That was so sweet of you. What could I do with that? I don't know. Sometimes fabric is so pretty that you hate to even cut into it. Am I the only one who is like that? I can just sit and look at it and feel it, touch it, admire it, and really hate to even cut into it. But fabric like this is too beautiful not to do something with. And I'm all about, like you said, moving out of your comfort zone. So I will use this in a project or 2 or 3. So thank you so much. This has made my day. I feel so blessed. All right, let's move on to this journal flip through. Let's take a close look. Now, Miss Colleen, I know that you've been working so hard on trying to learn how to do couching with your Singer. And this is couching, just straight line couching that I did with my machine using a zigzag stitch. And look how awesome that is. It's got so much texture. The yarn is so kind of funky and cool looking. And the zigzag stitch, check that out. Using the regular foot that you would use for a zigzag stitch, play around with that and see what kind of results that you get. You might not be able to do all the intricate swirly stuff, but look how amazing that is. Isn't that pretty? And that was done with yarn, and it continues on to the back, just like that. Now you notice on the spine of this book, you don't see the stitching. I did hidden stitching in this book, and so this is a side view. Now, see all of these gorgeous fabrics and trims. This was from my box that I opened last week, and so how awesome is that? I am going to go turn the heat on for just a minute because I am freezing, and I'm going to come right back after it's warmed up a little bit in here, and we're going to do a flip through. Okay, that is a lot better. And I'm back. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. A lot of the times I like to make my journals that have lots of tags and embellishments and all kinds of ephemera. And then sometimes I like to make my journals really to where the owner of the journal can customize, and there's so much room for adding sketches and journaling and whatever they want to use the book for. And that's really how or my plans for this book. And so I did not add a ton of ephemera, but I did add a few things to it. And Miss Judy had sent me all of these gorgeous fabrics and trims, and she sent me some magazines and some books. And so I did go through and add in some of the floral pages from those books. And so you'll see there's maybe 4 or 5 different floral snippets in this book. And that's really the extent of the ephemera or decorating the pages. I wanted this to have a lot of room for the owner of the book to be able to do what she wanted to with the book. And so I do have a couple little danglies, a rhinestone dangly that came from a bracelet, and a little paper clip that's got a bead on the end of it. And there's one more dangly right back here that just has some glass beads that are on there, and I'm hoping you can see that. And then besides the floral pictures like this, isn't that gorgeous? Judy had sent me a box, and I did a flip or unboxing of everything she sent. And when I saw the floral pages in those magazines, I knew that they had to be included in this book. And so many of the fabrics that were in that box just really went with this journal. I mean, do you not agree? I mean, look at this. Silky. It has a very gypsy, like bohemian feel to this book. And really, there's not a lot to show. I coffee dyed all of the pages, and I used some tracing paper, so it has that transparent, frosty, crisp, fun sounding kind of page to it. So there's some of that in there. Some scrapbook paper, which I also coffee dyed, and then some book pages from a botanical book that I've had that I found at a flea market. And so there are some old floral illustrations from book pages as well. And then this was another botanical book that I found at the Goodwill, and it has a lot of floral pictures, and so I included some of those. And then, like, I didn't do any stamping or any of that. I wanted there to be a lot of journaling space or sketching space. I love the different results of the coffee on all of the different pages. So each page is sort of unique all in its own. And we're just flipping through quickly because, again, the pages are pretty blank. Isn't that so pretty? It looks like a flower packet. Doesn't that look like a large packet of flowers? Flower seeds. I used some lace on at the ends of the pages, and that lace also was from Miss Judy. So thank you so much. I am passing on your legacy in my journals, and I'm so honored to be able to do that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that so much. Here's another piece of that tracing paper. The pages have a nice crinkly sound to them after being coffee dyed, which I think adds a ton of character to your journals and your books. I do have a video on my channel, it's quite a few videos ago, where I showed a couple different ways that I coffee dye my paper. Isn't that so pretty? And see this eyelash trim that was in the box from Miss Judy as well, but it really adds, and it's just a short little tiny piece, but doesn't that just add another level of like sophistication to this page? I really absolutely love that so much. Now in the center of the page, right in the spine, as I glued in my pages, I added a piece of this yarn, and I flipped it over and with a zigzag stitch secured a little key. So there is a bookmark with this book. And let's see, we were in the middle somewhere here. There we are. Yeah, these fabrics, I knew when I was unboxing all of that stuff, Miss Judy, that they would just go so perfectly with this book. And what is amazing is that when you use it as little snippets in different projects, the amount that you sent me would last so long. And so I'm kind of excited to pass along some of these things in some friend mail that I'd like to send out. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Let me get you in the frame here. So really this is it. There's nothing, no little pockets and things like that. My sister has some photographs that she wanted to add to the book, and so I did include like a clip that she can clip in some pictures and I probably will add some more paper clips here and there so she can just clip in some pictures, and she had some things that she wanted to add to the book before she gives it to her friend. And so I really feel like there's so much room to do that and not take away from the actual journaling space inside this book. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I love that the pages inside this book really do look like seed packets. I love that. My daughter fell in love with this silky fabric. She is all about some textures, and silky is her favorite. So yeah, we're just doing a quick flip through so you can get a better visual of this book. I only shared just a picture of the front cover in my last video, and I wanted you to see inside before I pass along this book, and it goes to its forever home. And hopefully really inspires and encourages the person that this book is going to. That's the goal anyway. If you have never made a journal and it's something that seems interesting, I do have quite a few videos on my channel. I used this upholstery fabric for the book cover. Isn't that just awesome? It has such, I'm much like Bethany. I love the touchy feel kind of stuff, and this to me is just lovely. I love that. And there's the back of the book. I do have just a piece of elastic that is knotted on the inside and goes over to a Tim Holtz hitch post, and that acts as the closure. I did do some embroidery on my embroidery machine. However, I did not use a topper, and it really just sank into the pile of the fabric and kind of gets lost, but if you search for it, you can see it. Excuse me, now I'm going to lose my voice because it's cold in here. It's cold again. So yes, I do look forward to incorporating lots of these goodies, Miss Judy, into future journals. I would love to do a whole series of journals that are just like this. In January, we are making quilted travel notebook covers together, and so I'm excited for that video. And I'm really hoping, just by sharing this journal, that you just get creative with the things that you have on hand and break out the sewing machine and the yarn and different colored threads and play around and see what you can create. All right, it is Christmas Eve. I don't want to hold you up. I want to say Merry, Merry Christmas to everyone. It's been such a fun year, and I'm so glad that I've gotten to know each and every one of you. I love my cards. I love my fabric and tags. I feel very blessed. I cannot wait to actually sit down and spend some good crafting, creating time together. So, Merry, Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you before the new year, Happy New Year. And stay safe, everyone. Bye.